No. 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 Please. No.
The Last of Us, a game that most people, I myself included, consider to be a 10 out of 10 game, is getting a sequel. And I'm not excited about it, and I'm going to tell you why. I'll start off by saying I really, really loved The Last of Us, and I liked the entire game, including the ending. Actually, I liked the ending more than I like most games' endings. Sometimes games end, and it seems like they could have had a different ending, or they should have wrapped it up in a different way, or most of the time it's a cliffhanger leading to a sequel, and I believe that The Last of Us really ended very well, completed with the story, and I didn't feel like I needed a second game. Not very many games do this for me. The Witcher 3 did this, where it ended perfectly, and I wouldn't want to see another Witcher after this one. I hope that The Witcher 3 is the last one, and I wished that The Last of Us wasn't getting a sequel, even though Naughty Dog's usually makes second games or sequels, or, they've made Uncharted 4, which was great. And, I mean, they can keep making good games, and I'm not saying that The Last of Us 2 is going to be a terrible game. I'm saying that I don't think that The Last of Us needs a sequel. I think that they wrapped it up perfectly fine with the characters they had. The way it would be good, I think, is if you could have The Last of Us just for the name, so that you have marketing, but you would change the characters up, tell us a different story, because I think that what happened with Ellie and Joel, it's done. I think that it ended perfectly. I don't believe that I would need anything more from them. Then again, The Last of Us 2 was confirmed to be cancelled, which I don't know if that's true or not, and since it's so early to the game, you can't actually tell if anything is true. In fact, this might all be just a huge rumor, and The Last of Us 2 was never confirmed. There's also been speculation that the game Days Gone is going to be The Last of Us 2, but that doesn't make any sense to me. That wouldn't make, any sense at all, and I hope it's not, because Days Gone just looks like another zombie game. I'm not excited for that game whatsoever. And The Last of Us 2, although it might have been a zombie game, the way that they put it together was a lot different than a regular zombie game. Along with the amazing story and the character attachments that they made you feel, it really separated you from that zombie feeling. And if they do make a second game, I really hope that they can stick to that, making you feel for the characters like they did in the first one, and also making the gameplay very, very similar. I wouldn't want it to change too much. I don't know what I could improve on that game, since I myself would give it a 10 out of 10. So I guess The Last of Us 2, I would hope, would just be the regular Last of Us 1 experience with different characters. And I really hope that's what it is, because I will be way more excited that way. If it is just a sequel to Ellie and Joel's story, I will be fine with that, but I won't be as excited going in, and I probably won't be able to feel for it as much as I felt for the first one, because I think that it would have died down after that point. I feel like they didn't even need that DLC in the first one to make the game complete, and even with that, it still felt alright, but I felt like that DLC could have just not been in there completely. And The Last of Us, they sold it, and it was a full game right there, just like that. I know that my opinion will be shared by some and rejected by others, and in the comments I'm going to get a bunch of hate about how The Last of Us is the best game in the world, which it's one of them. And I believe that The Last of Us 2 is going to be very good, and I'm going to play it. But I just hope that they can keep all the good stuff that they kept from the first game. But usually when they make a sequel, they end up changing a lot about the game, and I don't think it's going to turn out as good. But I still think I'll play it because I like The Last of Us, and I really, really hope that it is as good as the first one. Anyways, that's all I'll talk about on this topic. Mafia 3 is coming out tomorrow, and so I will have a video up for you guys not too long after that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's going to be something interesting. I promise you it will be the best Mafia 3 video you have ever seen in your life. So make sure you drop a thumbs up on this video, comment what you think about what The Last of Us 2 is going to be, make sure you subscribe so you can check out some Mafia 3 gameplay tomorrow. Thanks guys, I'll see you later.